Goodbye then Monday morning, everyone. This is Monica from the Guru Intelligence Network, and I'm here again on another Monday to talk about one of the 5 M's, meaning. So that's our second M. So last week we talked about the importance of loving what you own. So we went and did an exercise to learn how to determine on what types of companies we really would love to keep in our portfolio for a really long time. And now we're going to focus in on the circle of competence a little further. So we're going to be talking about understanding. So this is a key element of the 5 M's, one of the 5 M's, which is meaning. And so I'm just going to share my screen here. So before we begin, if you are liking these videos, please subscribe, like, share, and keep learning. Every Monday, I'm going to be putting out a new video with another key piece of information that you will need to increase your success in the stock investing world. And in fact, any kind of investing world. A lot of this stuff is applicable to just about any kind of investing out there. So join me and learn some more. So this week we're going to be diving deep into the understanding portion of understanding what you own. So understanding really is the key to your success in any type of investing career. So even Albert Einstein, one of my favorite scientists, he says any fool can know. The point is to understand. So we are bombarded with a ton of information out there every day. And do we really understand what it is we are hearing and knowing? So we know a lot about a lot of things, but do we understand it is the point. So there's really 3 steps to understanding. So I'm going to be going through the RLP of understanding. So that is read, listen, and practice. So the first step is knowledge. So obviously, in order to understand something, you do need a base knowledge of that particular industry or business that you're in. So the first step is read. So in order to gather that knowledge, we need to get some education. We need to read all kinds of things. So there's a ton of information about stocks and businesses out there. Everything from books, magazines, journals, periodicals, YouTube videos. There's websites dedicated to information about stocks and businesses. There's a ton of information out there that's most of it's free. So there's really no excuse not to get that knowledge. And so the things you're looking for on the list of your business is, well, what do you know about that business? Do you know how it's run? Do you know what products they sell? Do you know what their customers are? Do you know how that industry supplies itself with the materials it needs? Do you understand how it trades? There's a whole bunch of facets to a business. There's definitely a complex web in many businesses, and the simpler the better. So especially if you're new to investing or any kind of business world, you might want to focus on businesses that are fairly simple and easy to understand. And also not only know about the business, but the industry itself. How is it impacted by certain things? So right now we're looking at a pandemic that's hitting certain industries pretty hard. So it's really important to understand how your business is being impacted. Some businesses are actually making more money in the downturn. So the businesses on your list, are they well positioned to go forward in a recession, for example? Do you know the history of the business or the industry? That is really important because that'll give you some clues as to how well they did in history. So if we go back to the Great Depression, how did that industry do? What things did they do to come out of that? And if you're an insider, so if you work in a particular industry, you're going to have some key insider knowledge and perhaps some training that maybe other people outside of the industry wouldn't have. So that's really good to know. Now, once you've gotten all that knowledge, you want to now listen. So not only do you want to read and follow up on those things, you want to listen to what insiders of the business have to say. So you're going to be listening to key personalities out there. There's podcasts. There's people in the industry that are giving talks all the time. There's probably YouTube videos out there, TED Talks, all kinds of places you can get information from business insiders. And you want to listen to what they have to say, what they feel is going to make the business survive and thrive in a downturn. What do analysts say about the business too? What are their perspectives of that? They've got a different angle on that. It's really important to get information from all sides before you can make a decision. So you want to learn from somebody who has both knowledge and experience in that industry, and you want to listen to what they have to say, because that's going to give you some key insights on how you want to approach investing in this stock. And also, gurus are like the best pieces of knowledge because they've done a lot of analysis on these businesses, and thankfully this is all public knowledge. You can go to Guru Focus and tons of other websites and find out what are these gurus investing in. So I'm always watching to see what Warren Buffett does, Ray Dalio, a whole bunch of other investors that I really admire. I'm looking to see, you know, who's been investing in the business that I'm looking at. Are they buying it? Are they selling it? At what price? Because that'll give me a key as to where I should be looking to buy it as well. And what are those insiders doing? So there's insiders in the company that often hold shares. So what are they doing? And they all of a sudden dumping a bunch of stocks after they said, oh, everything's hunky-dory? That could be a red flag that something's going on there. So it's really important to see what those insiders are doing. Not only saying, because that may not match. And what does your gut say about the business too? Is there like some butterflies going on in your stomach that are telling you maybe this isn't a good idea? Maybe you should dig further if that's the case and find out what could it be that's causing those butterflies in your stomach. Now, the third step is to practice. So not only do you have knowledge, you've got opinions from various insiders. Now you want to take all of that and wrap it up and see if you are able to take various circumstances and situations to be able to determine whether or not something's going to impact your business and whether it's going to be a positive way. Also to be able to watch to see if management's going to be doing something to prevent anything negative that might happen to your business. You want to have the ability to predict. That's the important thing there. So once you've got all this knowledge and understanding, you will have certain things on your radar that you're going to be watching for that are going to be impacting your business. So maybe your business is really highly dependent on international trade, for example. So if there's international tariffs that might impact your business, that kind of thing. Also, dollar currency values will impact a business like that. There's a whole bunch of things that are more global sometimes that can impact your business that you want to have on your radar and keep that on your watch. And you want to be able to connect the dots. So there's a whole bunch of things that are seemingly maybe not connected to your business, but they might actually really directly impact it. For example, there's a lot of people out of work right now. So what are they spending their money on? And is this going to be impacting your business in any way? So if these people are out of work and they don't have money to spend, are they still going to be spending money on the business that you are looking at? So understanding ultimately comes from experience. So it's not something you're going to get, you know, overnight. But you're going to, you know, over time, you're going to keep up to date with your company, and you're going to be reading. Great way to get sort of experience ahead of time is to read those annual reports. So you could go back in history, read some old annual reports, and pretend it's today and sort of predict an outcome, and then read, you know, a few years forward and see how things panned out for them, and see if you were on target or not. Ultimately, your understanding of that business is going to determine your success, because if you don't understand the business, you're going to have difficulty in understanding what's going to impact it. You're going to have difficulty in evaluating how much it's worth, and you're going to have difficulty determining what price to buy and sell it at. So you need, the concept of meaning includes love, but also a lot of understanding. So we need to learn, we need to think, we need to study, we need to practice, and we need to do this all the time. And if it's something you love, it's actually really quite interesting. It doesn't feel like work. You know, for me, it's a 15-minute podcast every morning and reading a few articles every day. It really doesn't take up a lot of time. So as Warren Buffett says, risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. So make sure you know what you're doing before you throw a lot of money at something. And I hope you have a really great Monday and a really good week. I hope you really liked this video. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe to it so you can continue on your journey of learning the 5 M's. You have a very good day. Have a good week. Bye.